Okay. I have this camera strapped onto my head, which always feels a little bit awkward, but who cares? Alice in Wonderland has just been... Okay, how big is it? 2.5 gigabyte. Okay, I'm gonna leave this because right now I'm gonna apparently draw sketches. It seems to be super important to get this out of the way. I'm gonna turn on this remote because hopefully I can see how long it's recording, if it does connect now. Which is hard to say because I'm already running a recording. Oh my god. Probably not gonna work. I know there was times where I could just turn it on and just connect it by itself. Okay, I wanted to make tea, special tea. Yeah, it's not gonna connect it. Why is it not connecting? You know, you reset it, you connect it again, nothing's happening. Because now I have no way of telling whether it's still recording. You see my problem, right? Sometimes you have to fiddle a little. See, now you see? Now I can see. I can see it's still recording, but I don't see. You know how stupid it looks. Ah, this is me. Ah, this is Christopher. I can see myself. I can see myself in the camera. This is me. Ah, nice. Look at this. Look at this. Look at me. Yeah, we're all little children, by the way. Coming closer, not my day, going... Okay. So I have to prepare myself again. This... Yeah, I'm just gonna turn it off. Probably become relevant at a later stage. Okay, I'm gonna make a chai tea. Okay. Full fridge is at least promising to a certain degree. And then I'm gonna make a couple of drawings because I wanted to, yeah, I don't know, I stuffed myself. I'm full of food, but I did the dishes. It's like, what the fuck? Why is he doing his dishes in the kitchen? In the bathroom, because he's low on resources and low on time. Okay, how I usually do this, first I have to rinse it. Yeah, I'm still collecting the water. Wait, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna waste electricity. Again. Awesome. Worthwhile sharing. Okay. I need this. Yeah, I need to do laundry, but it's still okay. Because I just did a large batch, which I still have to sort into my whatever. Now this is the perfect day for something like this. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this open. Okay. Okay, this is roughly 1 liter. I have already a large batch of oolong tea with black cardamom. Now I need green cardamom. Yeah, I'm running out of spices. I've already seen that. Bit of cloves. And that's it. Garam masala. This is a creative booster. Nutmeg. Wow, you see? I just caught it, man. Holy smokes. But yeah, it was also a bit pissing me off. Or I'm just gonna put it back on. Wow! Good that I just caught that. Holy smokes. I mean, it does feel a bit weird. But I just wanted to do this for some time already. And now I just have to be true to it. Why? Well, because I've said it. I mean, I've seen myself doing it, which is a better way of expressing how it happened. I have seen myself doing more of these recordings. This is black tea, by the way, which is clearly not a sedative. This is something that, you know, is supposed. This is quite a strong beverage now. This was about 4 to 5 heat teaspoons. I'm just saying, this is for people who feel heavy and try to push through, push out of their own personal dilemma. This is green cardamom. Yeah, I don't know how this is recording. Plus this is on the verge of falling down again, so I have to be careful. So I'm doing this with my left hand on purpose because I'm still training. But I still feel that my right hand is just more used to movements. What's this? Yeah, if you cannot see that this is witchcraft, then I'm sorry, man. This is so obvious. Everybody does it in their own way. Some people are just less good at it. Okay, this I have to turn down. Okay. Yeah, I cannot bend down lower, man. Plus, you don't have to see everything that people are doing, right? You just have to do it yourself. Nobody taught me to do this. Like, I lived with shamans, or people that consider themselves shamans, and I showed them how to cook. I mean, I'm just saying. And they were supposedly older than me. But age is relative, time is relative. So as long as I'm trapped in this thing, you know, I have stuff to do. This is garam masala. Thank God it really is. Imagine I would put something else in here. It would taste really awful. And these are cloves. Quite a bit of them. Apparently I'm still cleansing something. But no, I don't always know why I'm doing this. Because changes happen really slowly. Which is most people think that people cannot change because they stop. Okay, and now this just has to be in here for a bit. This is clearly like a rainy day thing. Okay, this is the food from earlier, which I did not finish. Wow. Okay, this is supposed to be cooking. I feel like I'm in a bit of a hurry, but I cannot say why. I don't sometimes understand why everything has to be so fast. I mean, I really take my time, don't get me wrong, but why do I have to do all of this stuff? You know, beats me. No, I'm just doing it. You know, I'm like, in that sense, I'm a bit like a soldier or something, but in spirituality, which I assume is a good thing, depending on which side you live on. You know, I always think I do really evil stuff, and then people come and, you know, appreciate it. So it's just working with people that are unbalanced, wherever they are. Pooh. Okay, this just needs to boil a little. Okay, and then you add the coffee cream and then that's done, and so I can end this recording. I mean, I just showed you how to make it. This just needs to boil a little. And then you can sift it off, right? Or you just add the coffee cream or the vegan beverage or whatever you want. And then you just boost yourself into art, right? I just feel uncomfortable having this thing on my head. So I'm going to take it off and put it somewhere else. Or I'm going to look at the recording and see how it records, so I know how it's going to record when I'm actually doing art, right? So this is an intention. I make this to make art because I feel heavy and there's something hanging on to me that annoys me. So hey, apparently I need to do more art, which also annoys me to a certain degree. But I cannot help it. Or maybe I can, you know. I just want to see what's coming out today. Like this is, I mean, I wouldn't drink this before driving a car, if you know what I mean. This is like, you know, I'll be at home overnight and I'm gonna make art. Or maybe I won't, I don't know yet, right? I'm just making sketches, but it's possible that I will keep them to myself for some time. Okay, I could actually put ginger in there, which I would have normally done, but now I don't want to. I'll make some ginger tea later. I don't know, I just want this to happen. My life, I just want it to happen. I mean, it's happening, but it's somewhat empty. And this needs to be covered to preserve the energy. Okay, this is, to me, what I call ceremonial tea. This is what you can do before a workout. You know, you can call this cheating. Well, some people drink a coffee before a workout. This is better than coffee. Like, leagues better. Which is my way of saying it's way better than coffee. But it's harder to deal with it. Okay, coffee cream. Right, zack. Yeah, I just like it creamy. If that came out dirty, then your mind has a problem, my friend. I just remember. And that's part of the reason why we cleanse. Because this stuff starts to annoy us. To sexualize everything. It's just part of early schooling. Ridiculous. Okay, I'm just gonna close this, let it sit, right, and then drink it. And then make some art. Okay. I don't want to wear it on my head, man. I don't know, I just woke up. I think, what do I feel like doing? Okay, just finish that recording. Just do some art. You'll just be an inspiration. Right. The whiny voice is just, right, trying to strike an emotion. Oh my god, he's suffering so much. It's like Stromae, who completely lost himself right in this. Yeah, this is just so that you can see better. I can see better. That somebody can see better. No, and that at his age. No. Why isn't he playing with the others? Because they were mean to me. No, because you asked them to, so you could play alone. Okay, I'm reheating. Right. drawn anything in a while. Okay, now what I should be doing is just shut up and draw. Well, that's true. Okay, just please help me, I'm in hell, and then I'm in heaven. And then I'm in hell, and then I'm in heaven. And then I'm in hell, and then I'm in heaven. Then I like what I'm doing, and then I hate what I'm doing. And then I like what I'm doing, and then I hate what I'm doing. I don't know, I'm just saying, it just keeps happening, you know? I just keep, like, pushing from one extreme to the other. And I'm doing it so, you know, willingly. I mean, it's just happening. I cannot avoid it, because sometimes I just want heaven, but then I get hell. You know, and then I have heaven, and then it's hell. And I think it's just a normal process. Because I've tried to stabilize it. I mean, I really have. And I enjoy the moments, don't get me wrong. But it's just, sometimes it's just a bit... Is it too tight? Yes, it's too tight, madam. Okay. I'm gonna make it less tight. I mean, you just have to rip out both your arms. During times like this. Okay, first of all, chocolate. Not particularly this one. I'm just experimenting. This is a bit too sweet, to be honest. I prefer as dark chocolate as you can get. You know, 100%. No, this one has 75. And every percent you take off, you know, gets 1% of sugar added. Okay, this one I already did. This one as well. You see this left one? I thought I should go to the right, but it continued to the left. As soon as I place my hands, they just do whatever they want. I let them do. whatever they want. See, now I'm feeling, then it wants to do this. I think I have to trim my beard. Sometimes it's just getting super itchy. So yeah, I cannot tell you why my mind is expressing, you know, why this is coming out like this. All I can do is then accept it. I will not buy this chocolate again. No, it's too sweet. I mean, if I want sweet chocolate, I'll just buy sweet chocolate. But this is like, it's lacking what I actually wanted. Sugar is literally empty. The 100% chocolate, for me, is much easier to appreciate. Okay, now I have to go for the detail. Which is just following my feeling. Well, so I see here is a face, here is a face, here is a face of something. This could be a face. No, this could be here an animal hiding. So you could turn this into a giraffe. And then this would be a hoof. And then these would be hooves.
And then following up on that idea of actually drawing a giraffe, I think I'm starting to write soon, very soon. Okay, the rest is just fiddling with the details. So all you do is you just have to start and then get going, and this needs to stop. Okay, I just needed another perspective. I also shaved my beard. Okay, this is a weird kind of session. Because I constantly feel like I've chose a woman. But every time I try to, stabilize that choice, I'm being rejected, almost like I'm being sent to someone else, or somebody else is reaching out to me. But whatever this is, I have no idea. To me, I feel like the last woman I found myself in a deep embrace with, to me it's like a binding contract. So if we're talking about souls, but yeah, in reality, I have nothing to show for it, right? So I can say that I've chosen a woman, but here where I'm living, right, I have to face the reality that I'm then just alone. And whoever else is alone here then must remain alone. Because if I were to give in to their calling, because you can feel that over distances if you open up to such things, if I were to give in to their calling, then I would betray my choice. And I even have to watch out what I'm saying, because words can hold meaning. And I simply have to remember. But, you know, I too am sick of being alone all the time. You know, I'm sick of being stuck here making art all the time. It's not like, right, this is then not what you see yourself. I mean, you're kind of like in your prime as a man, you're full of energy, but if you want the life that you chose, then you have to start being true to your choices. And so if you said, I'm choosing this woman, then you have to take her as she is. And, you know, I cannot betray her because I know her name. And if I would now be with another woman, then I would betray her. And that's the really hard thing, I believe. Because I'm just constantly being rejected. And how often can you be rejected, I wonder? How often can I reject other women? And could they overcome me? Well, only if I give into it. I must pay attention to these things, for choices and actions create reality. And now I'm getting closer to doing crochet again. So drawing these images for me is just one way of taking the time, but I cannot help but notice that there is something trying to pull me on the other side. And that, to me, is, well, you know, I think sometimes you can just love a woman like a friend. You know, maybe the woman thinks she wants sex, but what she'll get is a friend. Maybe people think they want to see me in the park, and maybe I'm gonna give in. Or maybe I'm just gonna do something else, because I still have a lot of recordings. I still have a lot of hiking to do. And I really am devoted to this woman. I mean, I built her a shrine. I mean, who does that? I literally painted her on my walls because she completely blew my mind. When I saw her, I just fell in love. And I just wish that she knows this, because I felt like she deserves my love. But on the other hand, you know, the basic principle of love is you give what you have, but you cannot, in that sense, ask back. Which means that in a certain way, you just have to accept. You know, if you say, I'm gonna love this woman till my dying day, yeah, then love her till your dying day. And never be with any other woman, no matter if she chooses to be with you again. That should then be the choice of this woman. That woman says then, okay, he's devoted to love me. Very well, you know. Am I gonna give him children? Right? Do I want this man's child? And I sit here on the other side and I say, holy crap, I'm so in love. But in order to turn this, holy crap, I'm so in love, into actual deeds, you know, I must also choose it continuously, every day. And that's, where a lot of men are struggling. I mean, especially with the women that you could have. I mean, wow, right? It's like, oh, yeah. I just want her to stop playing with me. Because I constantly think that my choices were wrong, that I chose the wrong woman. Because whatever I'm doing has no effect. But I get to play by myself. I get to know myself in all kinds of ways, which liberates me from being a sucker. I can look at what I want. I can choose. Things I was never able to choose before, because in that sense no woman ever gave me that much freedom. If I would pick another woman now, this would certainly stop. She would constantly try to draw me away from this, and the woman I want would support me in doing this because it's important to my life. And so I must constantly also test myself, because in that sense I am vulnerable. If you cannot understand what I'm talking about, then maybe it's just the phase of your life, because 200 days ago, or 5,000 days ago, I would have not talked about it in such a way, but now I am, right? And then why are you talking about it now in such a way? Because I had to. And why did I have to? Because I was realizing that as a spiritual being, as somebody who is open, like really open towards the outside world, that people could get into my mind and make me do things. And that includes then women. And I simply said, I don't want this any longer. So I just chose one woman. And other women don't like this. There's women, including, let's say, it's like your mother may not like the fact that you found a woman that you're gonna love, in a sense. And there may be other women who don't like the fact that they've been bested at their own game. So I am, in a sense, spiritually devoted, but there's nobody here, if you know what I mean. But I feel someone struggling in a similar way. Only it's so surreal. I mean, I don't get it, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, anybody who can understand what I'm saying, be welcome. This is really tough. You love someone. You feel this, there's this place in your heart, like your heart space, which has like a very big gap. And you found the woman that can fill this gap. But she's never there. And so you're left off, and you're alone all the time, and other people try to come into your space and replace this person that you have found, or this practice, or this vision. And I have found men that suddenly started dressing like the woman. They try to look like this woman that I'm talking about. I've found women that try to look like this woman I'm talking about. And this is so confusing. And I even feel ridiculous talking about this. And so, in a sense, I make art to remember my choice. And if it takes 10 years, if it takes 50 years, if it takes 100 years, I'm gonna sit here. I mean, I'm not gonna sit right here, but I'm gonna devote my life to be with this woman again. I always had a fancy for romance. And this is, to me, a really hard choice. But what I have to learn is to give what I have without sexuality. So I have to be true to this. I had one moment in my life, and I shared this with one woman, and we were in a room together, and there were 2 children, which were just children from within her family. I don't know, I had this moment with her, and it just felt right on. Like we had the same idea about raising children, but we had nothing. And if you ever, I'm never gonna propose to any woman again. And I'm not gonna act like it never happened. So if I propose, it's coming from the bottom of my heart, then I'll never take that back. The question is, why is it taking so long? Well, I'm still in no position. If I were to choose another woman now, then I can guarantee you that she would barge into this space and she would throw everything out that I like and replace it with her nonsense. She would start telling me what to do, when to do it, with who to spend time. She would command me around. And my beacon for this other woman, or the woman that I chose, would go off. And then I would never know what became of her. But until then, I feel everything that you feel when you feel like you've been cheated, when you feel like, right, your woman ran off with another man. This is what I constantly keep feeling. And I think, in a sense, it keeps me productive. It keeps me making art. So, who's going to replace the woman that I found? And you say, well, nobody, because she cannot be replaced. She's the best there is, and everyone else is just, trying to deceive me. So deception is real, in the literal sense. Not just as a whatever, it actually is real. You can be deceived. People can get into your mind, look at the image you have of your perfect wife, and then act like they are this. And I have noticed that it's possible. So I stay away from places where I know that such people go, because such people rarely go into nature by themselves, because they're fake. And they get by being fake. And I chose truth, which is why I keep diving into nature, which is how I have managed to keep my mind from being extracted by others, which sounds really weird, really scary, and yeah, this is part of my life. I have realized it at some point, and I have started making choices accordingly. And it feels like people are trying to charm you into forgetting. So I'm also careful about the food that I accept. Right? People try to make you unconscious, and it's actually happening. And they do this on purpose so that they can control you. And to me, it's a very annoying thing, because the reason they want to control you is just pure selfishness. And that's a fact. It's just pure selfishness. And you're here, you say I'm devoted. And they just want to control you. It's like, why? Can't you just leave me alone? What's your point in trying to win me over? And then you think, well, maybe I was mistaken, right? That's how it starts. You're starting to doubt your choice. And then you just have to say, hey, I live according to the law of consequences. I said this woman, and I'm simply accepting whatever comes alongside with it. And then I have to be true to her. Right? And that comes at the cost of having a lot of time on my own. And that to some is, some women, they lie in bed at night craving for a man, and others, they go hiking to find him. Such as I work towards her. Other women just lie around and wait for a man so they can, torment him. But I no longer want to be tormented by any kind of woman. I have one specific woman, and so to me talking about these things is in a way my way of saying, hey, I also have the right to be heard, so leave me alone, And it's a constant battle. Like seriously, it's a constant battle in your mind. And that's what you have to fight. And then you take responsibility for, whatever dream you've been having. And the only woman I found, and I have to keep repeating that to myself, because I've been making choices for this woman now for about 2 years. And if I were to give in now, then I would never know what became of her. Because from my perspective, she's out there looking for me. Right? That's all I know. From my perspective, she's out there looking for me. Right? So, what else is there towards the end? Then you choose something, you stick with it. I chose a woman, and here I am. Everyone else I must just see as a replacement. And I could never do that to her. Because if we gave ourselves to each other, and I realized that there is something like Romeo and Juliet happening in my mind all the bloody time, and how can I stay true to this? Put on music, keep working until you see her again. And if you will never see her again, then you will keep making art. And how many men would choose this? If you want the best woman, then you probably have to suffer. Have to suffer through this. And then I'm just gonna be creative, right? And that's a tough choice. Because women think I'm still available. But I'm not. Because I'm doing this, right? And if I would stop now, then it would end. And it's so hard because I have a compassionate heart, right? I can feel that others are longing for something, but if I give in, then all I will get is some slimy thing that keeps retreating. So, I don't know. What's reality? That's the question of this video. What is reality? I've been working with lots of concepts. I've been trying to understand what this thing is that I'm chasing. One woman is clearly not all women. There are clear differences. So the thing is, know yourself. I have to stop wasting my energy on, I have realized this now, masturbation, and I just have to be as active as I can be, because every time I give in to let go in a selfish way, the reality that I'm trying to create is backing away. So maybe this is something I have to prove. Right? That I can make a choice and stick with it. And not even the woman you want may want you to choose this. You get what I'm saying, right? Because she's testing you, right? She wants the best man there is. And if you give in, well, then you cannot be the best man there is, because, right, you've chosen weakness. And masturbation is a sign of weakness. So I have to start just going hiking. It's just, it drives you insane. It's too much. It's an overkill. Because how long am I supposed to be awake? There are moments where I feel like I just need a relief or something. But then you say, okay, I'm gonna wait for that woman to give it to me. That's tough, man. That's tough. If you share my history, that's tough. This video is about to end. I'm glad I did it anyway. This is how I feel about a lot of my creations. Now I have to build up strength again. Because I gave in. I know that too many times. And I'm sorry, that's all I can say. I am sorry that in certain ways I feel like a weakling. But I also feel like, well, then this woman should also show me that she wants this. I cannot be the only one that shows that I want this. And that's just what I'm saying. Yeah, here I still add a middle finger. And this is her gift to me. Fuck him. She appeared twice in my life, and she gave me twice the middle finger. And I'm just gonna stick to that. Fuck him. Just fuck him, man. I'm fucking him with my art. They try to overcome me over and over again. I just say, fuck him. Just gonna make more art. Every time I think I ought to stop, I simply continue. And then you just say, fuck it.